So I don't care who you are or where you're from. If you're flying to Israel, get ready to be grilled at the airport. Hi guys, hope you're staying safe. It's a bit of a bummer that our travels may be pushed back a bit, but despair not. You can travel vicariously through my experiences. I'm starting this new series. It's a spin-off from my award-winning travel show Plush Places, where I'll be talking about tips and tricks, memorable moments, my musings, and experiences that I haven't always talked about in my episodes. So if you want to watch the full episode, I'm going to drop a link, or you can also check out my YouTube channel, Plush Living. So I went to Israel in 2017, and I went there via Munich. I'd flown to Munich for another conference, and if I recall, the terminal to fly to Israel at Munich airport is like a mile away, and especially if you're flying their national airline, El Al. And it was early in the morning, and I was just not ready for this. So here I am, Indian guy, brown munda, could pass off for Middle Eastern, flying to Israel alone via Munich. So the security guys are gonna have a few questions, right? And you know how they say you're supposed to get to the airport 3 hours before a flight, but we generally do it in about 2 hours? Well, guess what? You're gonna need the entire 3 hours, probably a little bit more, because 2 hours 45 minutes is gonna be spent grilling you. Why are you going there? What do you do? What do your parents do? What do your grandparents do? Where were your grandparents born? Where did you study? Who funded your education? All these sorts of questions. And then another officer will come by after 15 minutes and ask you the same set of questions, just to see if you're gonna trip. Meanwhile, you have another officer, big beefy guy, 2 inches away from my face, staring into my eyes just to see if I flinch. So they're not trying to figure out if you're a terrorist carrying explosives. They know that in like about 5 minutes. They're trying to figure out if you're the kind of person who's going to turn against them, maybe 1 year down the line. Can you get influenced? And yes, it's illegal to lock your suitcase when you're flying to Israel, especially on their national airline. So rest assured, every piece of clothing, every item in your bag is going to be checked thoroughly, and you're going to be sitting there, you're going to get searched multiple times, and 15 minutes before your flight, you're going to be permitted to board, if you get through. You could be carrying the most expensive electronic gadget, but rest assured, nothing's going to be stolen. Scary part over. Once you get over to the other side, to Israel, once you land at Tel Aviv, you will see that the people are absolutely wonderful, really nice people. And especially if you're from India, they absolutely love you, because India and Israel have great relations, right? And sometimes I feel like they're a bit too nice, after this airport experience, my mind started playing tricks. Why is she so nice to me? Is she following me? Am I being followed? Is she Mossad? Tel Aviv to me was just like any other city. Good place to party, nice beaches, especially in the summer and the fall. Nice port in Yafo or Jaffa, the oldest port in the world. And just about a 45-minute drive to Jerusalem. Now, this place is off the hook. So you've got modern Jerusalem, and then you've got the old city, which is where civilization began. It's this 1 square kilometer space where, it's enclosed by these walls, and where you've got these different quarters. You've got the Jewish quarter, Muslim quarter, Christian quarter, and the Armenian quarter. And my personal experience is that you can feel a bit of tension in the air here, unlike Tel Aviv. So East Jerusalem, or the Muslim/Arab quarter, is what the Palestinians view as their future capital. And hence they refer to the Israelis as settlers, whereas Israel views it as its own territory from the biblical times. So you can tell there's a lot of tension in the air here. Now the Muslim quarter is also where you have the Al-Aqsa Mosque, and you can see how close this is to the Western Wall in the Jewish quarter where the Jewish people pray. And the Christian quarter is where you have the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, where Jesus Christ was laid to rest. So you can see how this is viewed as probably the oldest place on earth and the holiest place on earth. Then you have the Mount of Olives, plenty of biblical references here too, and a fantastic view of the old city. And this is where a lot of notable personalities have been buried, and that includes some biblical kings. So it costs a decent chunk of change if you want to be buried here. And then you have the Hezekiah Tunnel from the city of David, built like centuries ago. And you can actually crawl through this, so this was a lot of fun too. That was brilliant. But it's not just religion here. I mean, these guys really know how to have a good time too. I recall going to this marketplace called Mahane Yehuda. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But this is your food market, you know, like any other bazaar during the day. And at night it turns into a string of bars. So this was pretty cool. And then there's some cool hotel bars like the one at Mamila, which was really nice too. So it's actually a lot of fun. So I'd recommend an easy 4 to 5 days to really get a feel of Jerusalem, perhaps 2 to 3 days in Tel Aviv. And just make sure you're not there on a Friday in Jerusalem, because Friday is Shabbat, where everything is shut, markets, shops. And I believe Jewish people aren't even allowed to touch electronics on that day. So if you walk into a hotel or if you walk into an elevator, you'll notice that all the buttons have already been programmed to stop at every floor. Of course, I can't confirm this because I scooted off, but that would have been nice to see too. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and feel free to leave questions or comments below, and I'll be back again soon with another fantastic experience from around the world. Cheers.